getting a lot of followers out of this? I saw a lot more followers now.
Yeah.
Good.
And we are live.
Yo, what up, my ninjas? We are live. American Top Team Sunrise. Coach Roger Crawl here. Pro fighter Matt Waggy right here. We're getting ready to do our 6 p.m. MMA striking workout. And you know, when I say MMA striking, guys, of course, it's MMA striking. It's got to flow into the clinching, flow into the grappling, whether you're trying to engage it or whether you're trying to, you know, stay out of it. All right, it all starts, of course, on the feet. All right, guys, so we're gonna do a quick little warm up. We're gonna pick up right where we left off on Tuesday. We kind of laid the foundation for the drills that are gonna be working on tonight. Working on both stances, working on off-angle attacks, and working on the step drills, of course. All right, guys, so before we get to that, I actually got my new Matt Waggy shirt. I see Justin's got his new Lone Wolf shirt. Can't wait to get all these guys back fighting. But my main man right here is the next one on deck. I know you guys have been watching the news. We've actually been, you know, kind of trying to get the heads up from the state and those involved. May 9th, UFC 249 coming to Florida. I mean, hey, at this point, man, with no live sports for so long now, and especially no fights, it's crazy, you know what I mean? So I think it'll be a huge event. Of course, they kept the Charles Rosa and the Bryce Mitchell fight on. It was supposed to be May 2nd in Oklahoma City, but now it's gonna be here in Florida, and 3 title fights. You know, so it should be a pretty sick card if they're able to pull it off. I know they're pretty strict on what they've allowed, but the governor did allow WWE. So if you're gonna allow some WWE, you better allow some UFC, right, guys? All right. Waggy, let's rock and roll, man. Oos. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna get my gear on in a moment, but we're gonna do just a little kind of shadow boxing warm up. We're gonna kind of break down the drills we did Tuesday as part of the warm up, and we're gonna build up from here tonight. So we're gonna start same stance situation. Right now, we're both right-handed fighters, right? Both orthodox. When I jab, his first jab is gonna be under right to my head, boom. Then the second time is gonna be to the body. Now, when we did this on Tuesday, I showed it twice with him doing it as an offense, and then twice with him doing it as a defense when I was the attacker. Which, guys, I say this all the time, but your offense and defense have to coexist, right? It cannot be, I'm on offense, I'm throwing shots. I'm on defense, I'm defending myself, all right? In a fight, there's no time for all that, man. At the highest levels of the game, everything is in a split second, all right? So you always are training not just your skills, but always your reflexes, okay? So we're gonna start. We're gonna use just the counters today, so every time I will be throwing at him, but realize, if he were gonna step in and hit me with a stiff jab, it's gonna be the same motion as if I jab. All right, even if I don't jab, he still wants to get that head shifting a little bit off on his attack. Okay, so he's always in good position with his offense for defense. Okay, so the drill starts here. 1 up, 1 down. Then I switch my stance. Now his counter becomes the 2 up and then the 2 down. And again, guys, a few details here. Notice his head is going off the line. He can still punch me in the head going under my jab. Okay, he doesn't need to parry it because he's slipping that head offline. And then he's gonna hit that 2 down to the body. Boom! Now he will be southpaw. I will be southpaw. I will jab. Boom, he will jab up. Boom, he will jab down. Now I will switch. He will stay southpaw. Now I will jab. He will go 2 under. And he will go 2 offline. All right, so it's basically an 8 count flow, okay? He's switching stances, I'm switching stances. And the thing about when you start switching stances is, he has to understand as an orthodox fighter, he has to be able to fight me here and fight me here. But now when he switches, he has to understand how to fight me here and how to fight me here. All right, guys, and in the fight, this stuff happens in a split second, all right? And this is what we talk about when we say you have to be able to adapt and adjust in a split second in a fight. Because we've all been there. As a coach, I've been there many times where, you know, you try to game plan as much as you can. You look at an opponent's skill set, what they've done in the past. but that always doesn't equate to what they're gonna do in that fight that night, all right? So sometimes those adjustments happen between the rounds, sometimes those adjustments happen during the rounds, all right, guys? And this is a huge thing, and it has everything to do with the way you drill, okay, guys? So here's our warm-up round. If you're at home and you're on the bag, or you're shadow boxing, or if you got a partner, Christian, you're not doing it driving the car, but here's the first round. It's gonna be an 8-count drill, all right? So we're gonna go 1, 1 down. Then I switch, 2, 2 down. Now he switches, 1, 1 down. And now I switch, 2, 2 down. Sometimes you gotta even give coach a little cue like that. You like that? Waggy's pretty sharp, man. That means he knows his stuff, man. He's getting it down. I switch back. So we're gonna flow the round just like that, guys. We'll do a few reps so you can watch it. All right, in between the rounds, we'll be taking maybe some questions from our folks at home. All right, here we go. Good. One more flow with it. All right, very nice, very nice. All right. So guys, there's your warm-up round. And that again is, we call those one-step drills because one step for him, right? One counter. So tonight, we're gonna take this same flow all the way up to a 4-step drill.
Yeah, Ryan Shortcourts are just.
Oh, we got the lion, Ryan Schwartzberg in the building. Well, not in the building, but on the video screen. You know what I mean? What's up, Ninja? All right, all right. So hopefully he's not in the car too. Hopefully he's got someone home he can actually train with. What up, everybody? I'm gonna put on my shin pads and my vest and get ready to do this thing for real. Give us just a second.
We're gonna do those 4?
Yeah, we're gonna build on those 4.
Okay.
Same flow drills we're doing, but in level 3, this was kind of the next step that we're gonna get to in class.
Okay.
Before the quarantine came, y'all.
There was a class?
Yeah, when there was classes here. Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah. Yeah.
Just gotta take the feet off. I don't want everybody to know where Christian lives. He's like walking.
Wait, what?
I know, I get dressed a little bit slower, guys, in old age. It's all right.
Dr. Charles today?
Yeah, I talked to him today. Yep. Doing good, yeah. He came last night. We trained last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And yeah, looking sharp, man.
Good. Yeah, I think the training still over there.
Oh yeah, he's trained. Yep.
You know what? Next you can bring in Christian or maybe Ronnie.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely, guys, down to have guests. You know, come in. We got to take a temperature at the door. You know, we got to follow the protocol and stuff. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Supposed to.
Yeah, we're supposed to. All right, guys, we are back to action. So that was a 8 drill flow. All right, same stance, opposite stance for both sides. Okay, so we're gonna kind of break it down now. We're gonna go to step 2. All right, so obviously guys, you know, a lot of times one shot doesn't do it. It's nice when one shot does do it though. All right, but it's usually a series or combinations of shots that do it. So off of this number 1 drill where Waggy defends and he counters with a jab, okay? This penetration step can be used as an entry, obviously to continue striking, whether he's gonna come over with his right hand, whether he was gonna come under with his uppercut, he knows what to do, all right? Whether he was going to, you know, change levels and try to get to my body or in on a takedown, all right, setting it up with a jab, all right? So we're gonna use the right hand first, so now the 2 steps gonna be 1 and then over with the 2, okay? Now guys, when you're finishing a right hand, it's usually a good idea to get to your right side, whether you're rolling off to your right. Yeah, he likes that. They always love hitting his vest, right? Whether you're rolling off to your right or whether you're jabbing and framing off to your right, okay? So, but it's always a good idea to exit on that angle and not to pull straight back from your offense, right? So if he were to counter me with the jab and then throw the 2 and then pull straight back, he's right there in front to be hit with the next shot. And as I always teach guys, you know, we try to stay out of that 50-50 position as much as possible because, you know, that's why it's called 50-50. Anything can happen in there, right? So we're gonna go with a 1, 2, and then we're just gonna angle step off because that's gonna be number 3. All right, so we're gonna start there. Good. Very important, guys, right? Offense and defense. He goes from his offense and off angle, that's defense. That little step right there is defense. Nice. Good, now the second one, the jab went under to the body. You're gonna jab right to the vest. Right hand's gonna come over, and then he's gonna take that same little angle. Yup, right there. So now he doesn't need to parry my jab, he's just gonna level change. Oh yeah, he's quick with that right hand. I'm gonna move a little quicker there, here we go. And then right over the right, there it is. Good, all right, now he's gonna stay same stance. I'm gonna switch to southpaw. So our first step here was the 2 under, first time we're going for the head, right? Head off line, good balance, good angle. Now guys, we're gonna use on this one, the little swivel step and frame the shoulder for our second step. Okay, he keeps his distance. This would be if he wanted to continue to strike. He's got me at the end of his striking range, whether he's punching, he can even throw a nasty kick from here that I may not see coming, okay? But if I'm jabbing, chances are I'm trying to throw something off of it. So if he stays there, let's say he comes back with a punch without moving his feet, he's right there in front of me. There again, 50-50. When he angles off, he gets himself a way better position to be able to continue to strike. Now, if he were wanting to get to a wrestling or grappling position off that 2, he's got a real nice angle entry step through into the level change, okay, guys? And what I'll do a lot of times with these guys that are, you know, getting ready for MMA fight, especially if we're trying to get somebody down or get them to the cage, we work our drills accordingly, right? We'll work striking, we'll work getting to the clinch, getting to the takedown. All right, so we're gonna go here. It's gonna be 2 under, swivel off frame. Yup. Same thing going to the body, 2 under, except now we're gonna hit that little cross step like we do the double body and then boom, entry. Okay guys, so yep. So the first one's gonna be striking, under with the 2, swivel off with the frame. Second one's gonna be down to the body, angle step, cross body on the double. Here we go. Cheating a little bit on step 3, you guys see that, right? He already knows what to do, but that's what I want, man, that nice flow, right?
Check out the Facebook and YouTube channel.
Nice. 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 Beautiful. All right, guys, so there's the first 2 steps. He was orthodox, I was orthodox, then I was southpaw. And again, level 2, you know, we would stay there. He stays in his strong side stance. But then for these guys that are advanced, that are professionals, you know, I want them to be comfortable wherever the fight goes. You know, guys, nowadays, this era of MMA, see a lot of stances, a lot of, you know, stance switching. All right, so you have to be prepared for that. You know, there should be nothing that happens ever in competition that hasn't happened to you in training before. You know, another thing we like to say all the time, right? It should never happen in a fight where I've never been here before, the first time a guy ever did that to me, right? You gotta try to think of all the variables when it comes to training, all right? So, now, southpaw to southpaw, we go back to the jab, same thing, he throws the 2 over, there's the second move, and again, we talked about exiting out on the angle, although that's getting more to the 3rd step, right? So, bang, bang, that's it, and the second one's gonna go jab to the body, and then the left hand over, angle off. Same thing, yep, same thing, guys, but now he's a lefty, right? Now he's training as a lefty against a lefty. Yup. Yep, and then under over. Good. Yep. Back to the body. That's it. Back to the head. Ooh, that's a too quick one, man. Nice. Guys, and then of course the last side of the drill is when he stays southpaw and I go orthodox, which now puts his 2 under his swivel frame. Again, that's when he wants to keep striking. Or 2 down, that cross step double coming from that angle. Okay, so same flow, 2 under, frame out, 2 down, and with the takedown with the entry. Here we go. Ooh, he's got to shoot from either side. Y'all better be careful. Man, this is... Guys, so there we go with step 2. We're getting ready to get into step 3. You guys hopefully aren't just like sitting there laying on the couch watching this workout, maybe moving around a little bit. Yeah, what are they doing over there, producer? He's not answering because I know you guys ain't doing nothing, that's why. But we're over here sweating for you, it's okay. We still love you. But by next week, we're gonna have actually 2 monitors. So I'll be able to see everybody that's hopefully not just watching on the couch, sitting home being a couch potato, watching us sweat and work out, but hopefully doing it along with us. And again, even if you don't have a training partner, about shadow boxing, your shadow boxing should be the same stuff you do in drilling and sparring and in fighting. You know, It's not, you know, some guys and girls, you know, they're worried about looking in the mirrors. Oh, hey, yeah, this looks cool. No, do the stuff you do in drilling. Do the stuff you do in sparring. You know, make your shadow boxing realistic and not just offensive. You know, you have to think you're shadow boxing, someone's trying to hit you too. Work your defense, work your takedowns, work your down blocks. You know, add this all into your shadow boxing. Sure. All right, guys, round number 3. We go back to the same stance. We're both orthodox. So we got the 1, we got the 2 comes over. I'm gonna counter the hook, he's gonna roll under. He's been waiting for that one because he loves to rip me in the body. All right, so that's the 3rd step. 1, 2, 3. Now again, guys, of course, 4, he could hit me or he's right there to take me down, okay? So those angles are huge offensively and especially defensively. They take you off the line, they take you off the angle. You're not there to get hit. And I say this all the time too, but it's rare nowadays in MMA to see takedowns from here. You know, it's a rarity. You know, you see him off the cage and you see him, you know, off angles from strikes, from separations, punching, getting someone's hands up, quick angle changes. You know, the days of seeing someone, you know, throw and then just shoot a takedown from the center of the cage, those, you know, yeah, exactly. Not gonna work anymore, guys, all right? So we go with a 3-step. 1, 2, 3. He's got his angle to do what he wants. Same thing to the body. Jab goes under, right hand goes over. Here he can hook or he can frame. He can take that little same step with the frame, but there it is.
Instead of throwing the punch.
Exactly, right? So depending on what he's trying to do. So the first one, 1, 2, 3. He's ready for whatever off that angle. Second one, 1, 2, frame out. Good. Yep. So the first jab to the head, second one to the body, just like we worked. All right, here we go. Good. That's it. And that's, guys, get that contact, you know? You see how he hit that? Do that one more time. Under, over. He's got that contact. He's in control right now of the distance. When you pushing someone's shoulder, I say this all the time, the only real danger is helping them to spin, right? Because he's really got me pinned off balance. That's really what he's got to watch. It's really hard for me to turn back and hit him this way. And believe me, he's gonna crack me first before I can even turn. All right, guys, so Demetrius Johnson, one of the best guys ever, you know, using the framework. You know, if you go back and watch some of his work. All right, guys, so here we go.
Head first.
Yep, head first. Nice. Get a little extra hand on that body shot. You guys heard that, right? It's just that's what the shield's for, sure. Switch it. I go southpaw. He goes orthodox, stays orthodox. First drill was the offline 2 under. Swivel with the frame. Now comes another 2. All right, guys. So again, offline 2, swivel frame, 2 right back over. Then on the body shot, we did the offline 2, the angle step to the takedown, and then we're gonna come back with the uppercut. Yep, yeah, just one, just because again, 3 steps, right?
Now when I'm doing that, I'm coming in southpaw.
Yeah, you're coming in southpaw. And again, guys, one of the reasons, you know, and these guys are very used to it, the higher level guys, is whatever position you're in the fight, you know how to punch from, you know how to move from, you can be effective from, right? You can't ever be, oh, I don't usually punch with this foot forward, you know? Come on, all right? This is not beginner level, right? You gotta build up to it, right? A lot of wrestlers, I used to always get this, you know, breaking in new guys coming to the team, teaching them how to strike. Well, I shoot with my right foot forward, but I feel more comfortable, you know, orthodox boxing. A lot of guys. Very typical, right? But guys, you gotta learn how to do it from both sides, right? Of course, we know your strong sides, we know your attributes, but we gotta build a style around those, but you gotta be able to drill this way, okay? All right, so let's go again. 2 under, frame 2, 2 to the body, cross, uppercut. Yeah, this is usually the one I get hit with too, by the way, when I'm doing mitts, but little detail there, Whitey just showed, when he takes that cross, he's got his body on me. Look at this, he's got me pretty much wrapped already, if you can see that angle. He's driving that shoulder, which guys, he slams the shoulder into my body. Every action forces a reaction, right? So when he digs that shoulder in, my head goes down, his uppercut comes right up behind it.
He's not even really a commitment to a takedown. If you want to be a striker, you just do this to get them down.
That's it. That's it. And again, you know, I will give credit to Alpha Male. A lot of guys graded this work there. You know, that's where you probably got it from, right? Uriah Faber and crew. Yeah, these guys mixing up between takedowns, level changes, and striking. You know, some of the best in the business. Hey, I know we ATT Wolfpack, but I'm gonna give y'all a shout out anyways. All right, here we go. So we got the 2 unders, frame 2. And the body, oh, that's it. See, I don't want to get hit with that uppercut there. Nice. I caught that one in the nose, but that's all right. Who's really watching, coach? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's nice, man. Bring some water back here? I don't drink. All right, you don't drink. He don't drink when he's training. He's a real life ninja, man. All right, good stuff, man. Catch your air home, all right? Again, guys, I'm not really, setting a timer, trying to teach. Obviously we're both sweating here, so we are putting in the work. But, once you know what to drill, you can drill it. And the cool thing about this is, you subscribe to the channel, you go back to the YouTube, you could literally make the first round we did a whole class. Yeah. You could do that for 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds. You could take the second round, do it for a whole class. I'm trying to get a lot of information to you guys, kind of condensed, but if this was a pure level 1 class, we pretty much did that on Tuesday for about 35 minutes, right guys? So you can break it and you can rep it and train it for rounds and rounds and rounds, okay? Now, we're almost through that 3-step, all right? Now we go, I was still southpaw, that's right. Now he becomes a southpaw, so we go with the 1 under, 2 over, rip the body, and then we go, same thing to the body, over, and then frame out. Okay, but always exiting on those angles, always working that good defense. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is the frame. All right, here we go. Good. Good. Nice frame. That's the whole idea, guys. That split second, when he's got that, one more time with the frame, when he's got that frame on me, that's all he needs, is that split second. When I go to shove it or I go to turn, he's already hitting me or kicking me or got me body lock, whatever it is, right? He's already got his position, because again, it's a game of split seconds. Again, yup, up. Nice. I missed. That was my bad. That was my bad. I missed the hook. Again. Yep. Good. One more. Nice. All right. Last switch. Now I go orthodox. He stays southpaw. So this is our 2 under, swivel, another 2. Our 2 under, cross body. That uppercut comes right underneath. Grab it slow a couple times first. So again, my side, orthodox, Waggy side, southpaw. 2, frame 2. There's your 3-step. And then we go 2 down, cross. And really, guys, it's getting that nice contact, driving into that shoulder to create that line for the nice uppercut. Woo! Was quick. Go on and on and on. All right, guys, but again, there's the first 3 steps to that drill. But now, if you've done it the same method, you've actually done 8 drills, then you added the 2 steps, then you added the 3 steps, and of course, next week you go to 4. All right, but that's only one combination, one defense.
And one variation of each
One variation of each thing. All right, guys, as you know, it's a spider web. All right, but the method of drilling is so important, and in MMA science, you know, guys, it's important. The way you drill develops the way you train, the way you perform. There's a direct correlation between training and performance. All right, you have to drill properly. You know, I've seen it for years. You know, a lot of people get stuck in their, you know, time warp, even though I'm an old guy, right? I don't get stuck, you know, in the one style. We try to always adapt and try to evolve and try to build our style, because that's what's happening with martial arts more in the last 5 years than 50 years before it. It is evolving at such a high pace, you know, and that's why, you know, you look back at the fighters from even 10 years ago and the fighters of today, it's a whole nother level. And believe me, you know, these guys are in here seeing these kids, you know, 5, 6-year-old kids that start now with MMA. They don't start, Mr. Trey, they don't start with just wrestling or just jiu-jitsu or just striking. They start as MMA students from the jump. All right, guys, so I want you to think, how's our time there, producer?
We're at 33 minutes.
33? All right, so we'll do one more, okay? So again, guys, we can add another step just as easy to all those and go to number 4, which I always like to train in 4s and 5s, because that way in the fight, you're always gonna at least do 2s and 3s. You know, if you're always training 1 and 2 steps, yeah, you maybe will do 1 in the fight, because you always do less usually under the lights than you do in the gym. You know, this is just a fact. So when you get used to doing a lot of volume in training, you're just used to throwing the volume. You're used to putting the combinations together, okay? And that's why we try to build up on all these flows, all right? So let's take back to same stance situation, and we'll finish the 4 count from here. So we went 1, 2, 3. He's got options to strike again, which is gonna be first option. He's also got options, 1, 2, 3, to take me down from here. All right, so.
I used to always do it with the 1-2 without the hook.
Right.
One that, I think Lance and, this is actually Chad Money double.
Uh-huh.
Chad Mendez double was cross. As that hook is coming, you
right.
got the hook.
Right, there it is. There's that level change. Exactly, to set up the takedown, but if you notice, whether I did the hook as a counter or not, he's still taking that angle step, all right, which is what we talked about in the beginning as a way easier way to get those takedowns when you pull those angles. Okay, guys, so the first one, boom, 2, 3, 4. Now the second one is actually made for striking because he's going body, head, frame off on the second one, and then this is a good way to keep striking. The first one is actually a better way to get to the takedown because of the level change and the roll under. So we're gonna do the takedown, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second one, we'll do the strikes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're both interchangeable, right? He can do the takedown off either. Once he creates that angle, that's what it's all about. It is not letting me be in front where I can, you know, defend it, level change, down blocked, sprawl, underhook, whatever, all right? So, bang, 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 takedown. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so there's our same 4 count. 1, 2, 3, takedown. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Oh man, too fast for me on that one, guys. Too fast. Same one? Yep, same one. One more time. Nice. That's it. We're getting slippery, guys. We're getting wet in here. Getting some slickness in here. Nice. One. Woo. Ah, very good, very good. All right, guys. We're going to leave you with that 4-step, and we're going to come back. Actually, next week we're back. Tomorrow I will be posting some workouts from earlier in the week so you can review. But like I said, you don't even have to wait for me to post. You subscribe to the YouTube channel. You go on there and watch all the training. And Instagram. Yep, Instagram, we're running it live. And also, guys, the MMA Science YouTube channel. I think we got like 150, 60 videos on there. On the website, well over 1,000 already for level 1. So, again, guys, you know, I'm not gonna take credit. You know, I was a part of a team writing this book, but it really wasn't even about me, Dave, or Dr. Pauly. It was about all of our years in MMA kind of put together, and you know, being a part of, you know, really the sport from back when me and Alex Davis, back in the 90s, were partners in Olympiad Training Center, which was really the first MMA academy in Florida. You know, even before ATT came, you know, he was bringing in Marco Huas, who was the UFC heavyweight champ, and guy didn't speak English, but he would just smash people. And that's when, you know, Dr. Pauly Gloves was training with the Terminator over there with Bruce, and you know, we kind of all came together. But it's just been years and years of, guys, I'm a student of the game, you know, more than a coach. I've always tried to keep the mentality to be a student. The guys that I train, I learned so much from all of them, you know what I mean? And we have the benefit at ATT of fighters coming and coaches from all over the world. And I'm always, you know, hey man, what do you think about this? Well, I like to pick people's brains. We've had so many great fighters and world champions over the years. I was a part of the whole process with Ricardo Laborio when we were doing the certification programs and when we were doing the online ATT Academy, which is thousands of hours of videos and knowledge, guys. And like I said, just, you know, really always being a student of the game. And, you know, that's what it's all about, man. I can't wait to teach you guys again in person. But in the meantime, man, we're going to get it done this way. We're still getting to work these guys out and drop you guys some knowledge, all right, man? So I hope all is well, y'all. Stay safe in quarantine. Os. All right, thank you. Good work, baby. Start, wait. Oh, wait. Are we live?